My dear students, chemistry has always been your second most scoring subject when it comes to the NEET examination. So what should be the complete roadmap to score 170 plus in chemistry if you are starting now in the NEET 2027 examination? Even if you are right now at zero, what has to be the strategy? What all things you have to keep into mind if you really want to score 170 plus in my subject, that is chemistry. I'm going to talk about all the things one by one in the detailed manner. The first and the most important thing. My dear students, a lot of people commit a major mistake while they start preparing for chemistry. They do not exactly know which chapter to start with. They'll start the chapters, they'll select the chapters randomly and they'll start studying them. For example, they'll directly start with equilibrium. And after equilibrium, they'll go to electrochemistry, then go to chemical bonding, then go to GOC. So no, it's a random plan which they follow basically, based on their own convenience. My dear students, I would say there is a sequence of the things which you are supposed to follow first of all in chemistry. There is a sequence of the chapters. And let me first of all talk about that particular sequence which you are going to follow in your physical chemistry, in your inorganic chemistry, and as well as your organic chemistry. So first of all, when it comes to physical chemistry, you will be always starting with your mole concept. Always, your first chapter should be always mole concept. You cannot start redox without doing mole. You cannot start thermo without doing mole. You cannot start any of these chapters without doing mole, except atomic structure. Atomic structure, it's an independent chapter. You can do it without mole also, right? But always, whenever you are going for physical chemistry, go for the mole concept first, followed by the redox reactions, thermodynamics, equilibrium, electrochemistry, then kinetics, then solution, and at the end, my dear students, atomic structure. Okay? Do not select the chapters randomly. Do the chapters in this particular sequence. Because all the chapters are interlinked, my dear students. They are interlinked. You are supposed to do them in this sequence only if you want to have a perfect command on a particular chapter. Okay? Similarly, when it comes to your inorganic chemistry, that's pretty much simple. You know it. You'll be starting with periodic classification, followed by chemical bonding, followed by DNA block elements. Then comes your coordination chemistry, and at the end, you'll prioritize the P block elements. This is going to be the sequence of the chapters which you're going to follow in inorganic chemistry, my dear students. When it comes to organic, my dear students, to begin organic, to start with organic, to start the organic chemistry, there are some concepts of chemical bonding which you need to do first, right? So whenever you are about to start the organic chemistry, make sure the concepts like hybridization, make sure the concepts like bond angle, make sure the concepts like dipole moment, which are from the chapter chemical bonding, make sure those concepts are perfectly clear. Then only you can start your organic chemistry. And you will be starting with GOC isomerism, followed by hydrocarbon, haloalkanes, arenes, alcohols, phenols, ethers, aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acids. At the end, you'll be doing your amines as well. This is basically the sequence which you will be following in your organic chemistry over here. Perfect. So make sure in this entire year, my dear students, you are going to follow the same sequence for physical, inorganic as well as organic, because all the chapters are basically interrelated. Perfect. You cannot select a random chapter and start doing the chapter, and at the end, when you start solving the questions, you won't be able to solve more than 60% of the questions from your coaching materials, right? So make sure this is the sequence of the things which you are going to follow. Number one. Number two, my dear students, how you are supposed to do your physical chemistry, how you are supposed to do your inorganic, and how you are supposed to do your organic chemistry, to have a proper command on all the three parts. My dear students, when it comes to your physical chemistry, first of all, you are supposed to watch your lectures, which are supposed to be level up lectures. One level more than that of NEET examination. That is required. Okay? One level more than that of NEET examination when it comes to physical. After doing the lectures, you are supposed to solve the DPPs, the daily practice problems after every lecture, right? Perfect. After that, you will select the questions from your NCERT, right? So basically, whatever topics your teacher has covered in the lecture. Perfect. Try finding the questions from same topic in your NCERT and try solving them. And my dear students, at the end, your NEET and JEE mains last 5-year PYQs are sufficient in your physical chemistry. Okay? So these are the things which you are supposed to do in your physical chemistry. Similarly, in your inorganic chemistry, first of all, you'll go for your lectures, again level up lectures. Once you are done with the level up lectures, NCERT reading is also important in inorganic chemistry. In physical, it's not that important. In inorganic, it is important. You're supposed to do inorganic the same way you do your biology. You keep on highlighting things on your NCERT biology. In the similar way, you're supposed to highlight things on NCERT inorganic chemistry as well. Then you go to your DPPs, solve the DPPs. Then you go to your NCERT exercise questions, solve all of them. And at the end, last 5-year PYQs of NEET and JEE Mains. This is super sufficient when it comes to your, prioritizing inorganic chemistry. My dear students, when it comes to organic, again, the similar stuff, lectures, followed by NCERT reading, that's important here, followed by your DPPs, followed by NEET and JEE Mains questions, right? These are the things which you are supposed to do in all these subjects, first of all. Similarly, my dear students, how basically I teach chemistry in my batches, by means of which a lot of ranks come across the country, particularly from South India, right? Because this channel was mainly created for South Indian students, okay? So how I train students in chemistry, that is something which I would want you to follow from now onwards as well. My dear students, there are two things. First of all, whosoever enrolls in my batch, what do I do basically? First of all, there are the live classes which I take, right? In my live classes, what do I do? First of all, I take maximum 4 classes per week. In 1 week, maximum 4 classes I take, okay? So that students get time for self-study as well. It's not like I jam-pack students with the live classes every single day, 3 hours, 4 hours, no, right? I take 4 classes maximum in 1 week, okay? Number 1. Number 2, the duration of my every live session is 1.5 hours. In the batch, basically, wherein I train students, particularly the Phoenix batches. Similarly, this year is going to be Phoenix 2.0. My dear students, in my every lecture, what you'll observe I do theory from the scratch to the advanced level. Whatever theory is required to solve all the types of question patterns, I do all that theory in the live class itself, right? From 0 till the advanced level. And my dear students, after that, I mainly focus on numericals. And from where I take numericals, first of all, I do all the problem patterns, all the types of the numericals which can be asked in a particular chapter. I do them in the class itself. All the different types of problem patterns. Now, from where I take these problem patterns? First of all, some of the questions are my own questions in every chapter, which I have designed, number 1. Number 2, Unacademy module that has got some amazing questions. I take some great questions from Unacademy module as well. Similarly, I take some amazing questions from N. Avasthi as well. N. Avasthi is an amazing book in physical chemistry. I take questions from that as well. Similarly, I take lot of questions from NCERT exercise as well, because there are some top-notch questions which are given in your NCERT exercise, and there is a particular quota material which is given to us by Unacademy basically. I take questions from that material as well, and I do all these problem patterns in my live classes. And what my students do afterwards, after following the live classes, what they do afterwards, they just have to do few things, because majority of the things I take care of in my live class only. After that, what students are supposed to do? My students mainly, what do they do? I'm talking about the toppers, mainly from the South India, right? Who have been the part of my batches, my Phoenix batches in NEET 2023, 2024, 2025, right? In 2026, I told you one story, one student who got last year 235 marks. This year, the same student is getting 645. Again, the student followed the same category. He followed the same plan, right? Similarly, a lot of double-digit rankers from South India who get trained by me, right? They follow the same sequence, my dear students, same things basically. Now, after my live classes, what do they do afterwards? What do? They make proper notes, but they make concise notes. I tell this in all my sessions. Whenever I start the batch, in all my sessions, I keep on telling students to make the concise notes, right? Do not make the detailed notes, right? Okay, make short notes, concise notes, so that when it comes to the revision at the end, revision becomes easy. Otherwise, it's really difficult to do the revision as well. So if your notes are concise, to the point, short, precise, it becomes really easy to do the revisions as well. Perfect. So proper concise notes they make. The DPPs which I share, which are my DPPs, which I curate basically, which I design for students, they solve those DPPs, right? Similarly, they solve the Unacademy study material as well. In Unacademy study material, which you get in the Phoenix 2.0 batch, there are exercise 1 questions, exercise 2 questions, exercise 3 questions. Exercise 1 questions, all the students do on their own. Even exercise 2 questions, I would say 80% of the students, they do exercise 2 questions on their own. Similarly, exercise 3 questions, which is again level up. I would say 60% of the questions are done by the students. The remaining 20% here and the remaining 40% here, I take separate classes for those types of the questions in the Phoenix batches basically, which I take, almost every year. Not almost, every year, right? Perfect. So my dear students, this is the plan which I follow in my batches, from where your double-digit ranks have got generated, right, in the last years when it comes to your NEET examination. And this year, my dear students, if you follow the same things, it is definitely going to be your turn to shoot up the bullseye. It is definitely going to be your turn, my dear students, to make sure that you score 170 plus in your chemistry for sure. That is my assurance to you. Okay, if you follow the same things which I'm telling you right now. Now, my dear students, what is my complete 1 year plan? What is my complete 1 year plan basically when it comes to the subject chemistry? First of all, my complete syllabus, it gets complete in December end in the Phoenix batch, right? Similarly, detailed revision I do in January and February. Okay, January and February I do the detailed revision. Some of the chapters I do in the batch and some of the chapters I do on the YouTube. Perfect. That's a mixture. Similarly, quick revision at the end after February is done. Once February is done, I do the quick revisions on YouTube. Those mega marathons in which complete physical chemistry in one shot, complete organic in one shot, complete inorganic in one shot, those sort of sessions. And my dear students, at the end, I do most expected questions from every chapter in the batch in the last month. In the last month, that is the month of April, I do most expected questions from every chapter, that too in the batch itself. Perfect. So basically all the parameters which are required for a student to start from the zero and become the hero in chemistry, I take care of all those things personally, my dear students. And that is the reason from your Phoenix batches, in Phoenix batches, we get almost like 1,000 to 1,500 enrollments every year. And in those 1,000 to 1,500 students, my dear students, there are not less than 300 to 350 students who get selected every single year, right? So because they follow the similar strategy in physics, in chemistry, even in the biology. I talk about my plan. This is the plan which I do, which I make my students to do basically. And what is the best thing? My students, when they are in doubts, see, doubts are really important during the preparation. If you are not getting the doubts while during the preparation, that means your preparation is not great. It's not up to the mark. Doubts are supposed to happen during the live class. Because if you are not getting doubts, that means there is something wrong. Okay. Now, how do I take care of my doubts? First of all, during the live sessions, I take care of some of the doubts. There is a special Telegram group which I create for my students. Okay. Which I create for my students who get enrolled in my batches. Perfect. And 24/7, they will be in connect with all the educators like us in the Telegram group itself. So whenever they face any sort of doubt, they post it out in the Telegram group and we'll be continuously helping them out. And there's a separate doubt solving sessions every week, almost one session I take, apart from the live classes, apart from the live regular classes. I take one session wherein if you have got some more doubts, right, weekly once I'll be taking that one doubt solving session wherein I'll be taking care of all your doubts as well. So basically live doubt solving during the class, special Telegram group for doubt solving, as well as some separate doubt solving sessions I create for students. Now, my dear students, at the same time, if you really want to score 170 plus in chemistry, then you are supposed to follow the same plan, right? And the same plan means, first of all, you have to attend the lectures in the batch, the things I told you in my Phoenix 2-point batch, which I do basically every year, right? Followed by what you are supposed to do doing the self-study. Perfect. Now, people, all those students who have not enrolled into the Phoenix 2.0 batch yet, get enrolled as soon as possible, because I believe in my team, right? My team has done some amazing things when it comes to the South Indian students, mainly South Indian and Northeastern students who particularly get trained from this particular channel, from our Phoenix 2.0 batch. Perfect. If you want to be under that category, if you want to be the single-digit rankers, double-digit rankers in your state, my dear students, then definitely you need to get enrolled. Perfect. You need to get enrolled. And there are 3 ways by means of which you can get enrolled. You can either take Plus subscription, or you can take Iconic subscription, or you can take Iconic Pro subscription. First thing that is common in all the subscriptions. If you either take Plus subscription or Iconic or the Iconic Pro, my dear students, you will be having the access to all these batches. There is not only one batch that runs in the Unacademy platform for NEET 2027. These are 5 batches which we are starting for NEET 2027 aspirants, my dear students. right? And you'll be having the access to all these batches over here. All these batches over here. Perfect. And if you would want to be under my mentorship throughout 1 year, then you will have to use the code WSSIM. Automatically, you'll get enrolled into the separate Telegram group wherein I mentor my students basically. Okay. And Evil, let me show you let me tell you the difference between Plus Iconic and Iconic Pro. If you take Plus subscription, you will get the access to all the batches. Number one, you will have the access to all the teachers of Unacademy. You can see the lecture of any teacher of Unacademy. Okay, right? You'll be getting the tests on alternate Sundays, as I told you. Study material you'll be getting in the form of soft copy. DPPs you'll be getting in this form of soft copy. Perfect. Now, if you're taking Iconic, in Iconic, first of all, Plus is already included. This subscription, whatever features you get in Plus, that's already included. Apart from that, you get one-on-one mentorships. So basically, one-on-one mentorships in Iconic. Perfect. So anytime, we basically give you a separate time, a time interval, for example. My time interval will be 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Between 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., students can call me. They can video call me also, right? And I'll be taking care of their personal mentorship sessions. Perfect. One-on-one sessions. And weekly, 2 to 3 times that happens, right? In Iconic subscription. Not just me. If you're taking an Iconic subscription, you have the access to all the teachers, so you can talk to them individually, right? You get the printed study material as well. Perfect, like this. This is your printed study material, which you get in the Iconic subscription. These booklets are delivered to your houses in all the subjects, physics, chemistry, and biology. And my dear students, this is the finest study material which I have seen in my entire teaching career. Trust me on that. Now, if you are getting the Iconic Pro subscription, in Iconic Pro subscription, first of all, you get all the features of Iconic, right? At the same time, there will be a WhatsApp community which will be created with you. Perfect. WhatsApp community which will be created with you. Perfect. A separate WhatsApp community for you guys. And at the same time, you get the membership of AIIMS Top 100 Club. What is AIIMS Top 100 Club? My dear students, this is the club wherein you get special mentorships from AIIMS students like Soya Baftab, all India rank 1, right? Like Janvi, all India rank 2 or 3. Perfect. You get those sort of special mentorship sessions in this Iconic Pro. And my dear students, at the same time, you get printed URTS. What is URTS? It is Unacademy's revision test series. You get printed Unacademy's revision test series as well, which are delivered to your houses with the OMR sheets and everything. And you can, write as many tests as you can. And you get the access of SRG program as well. SRG is Special Rankers Group, right? Perfect. You get the access to that as well. Okay. So my dear students, my recommendation will be to be the part of the batch as soon as possible. Perfect. The batch prices are rising continuously. So I would want you guys to enroll into the batch as soon as possible. And if you liked my plan, the way I train students in chemistry, then do comment 170 plus in chemistry in the comment section of this particular video so that I get to know that you guys are definitely going to follow this plan which I gave you, which I give almost every year to my students who enroll in my batches. Now, how do you enroll in my batches? There's a link in the description box of the video, or I'll pin the same link in the comment section of this video as well. You just have to click on that link and automatically there'll be 2 options, either to go for Plus subscription or Iconic Pro. The choice is all yours. Accordingly, you have to put your number, OT on which you get the OTP, right? And do not forget to use the code WSSIM so that you remain under my mentorship throughout. Perfect. And do not forget to do this in the comment section. 170 plus in chemistry in NEET 2027 for sure. Perfect. With this, I'll be taking a leave. You take care, my dear students. God bless you all and love you all. Bye-bye.